I've had quite a few people message me since I started drawing with the colour pencils to ask how I blend using the paint thinner. So I'm just going to show you today. There's different techniques that you can use when blending with colour pencils. You can use colourless blending pencils of different brands like Derwent, or you can just use the pencils on their own and just apply different amounts of pressure to achieve the different tones that you want with shading. The top one that I've done here, that's just with the pencil. This one here I've done with the paint dilutant, and the paint dilutant that I use is Zest-It. I know it's quite hard to get in America, and I do know other artists that use the Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner, which is good, but I prefer the Zest-It because it's a safer alternative to, say, turpentine, which has harmful chemicals that you can end up breathing in, especially when you're using them with oil paints, because you end up having your tub open all day. So I'm just building up the layers very gradually, applying different amounts of pressure. The paper that I'm using is the mixed media paper. It's got a good grain to it, but it's not too grainy. But you can see here when I'm applying the pencil on its own, you can see the paper through the pencil. That's the grain coming through. And I'm going to show you how to get rid of that by using the paint thinner. But this paper is good because you can use any type of medium on it. So you can use pastel on it, you can use watercolour on it, you can use acrylics. So I know that this paper can handle using the paint thinner. I've used other papers before that were cheaper, and it just absorbed the paint thinner and nothing happened. So I'll leave that like that. So I get my paintbrush. I'm just using an oil brush. I'm just using a Daleroni paintbrush, nothing too fancy. I'm just dipping it in, I'm dabbing off any excess, and then I'm going over, and you just lightly brush over, and you can see the paper grain that you could see through the top one is disappearing, and it's just blending in the colours really nicely. Now I did this one a couple of minutes ago, so that should be dry now. So that's one layer that I've done just with the paint diluting. So then you can go up and just build up the layers. It will take more layers this way, the paper, than say just pressing down really hard on this one and trying to get that darker. You can get this much darker. And then go over it again. The pencils I am using are the Faber-Castell oil-based pencils, and the Zest-It is an oil paint dilutant and brush cleaner, so it works really well with these pencils. So there you go, that's the basics to blending with a paint dilutant with the colour pencils.